Hi everybody, I'm Arglefumf. This is a review for Sammy Keys number 11, I think. They really need to number these books. It's Sammy Keys and the Wild Things. Okay, so I have tape here in the front because it's covering up the barcode from my library. I don't know who from the library looked at the cover and said, you know what, the scorpion's the least important thing. Let's just put a barcode over the scorpion. Nobody's gonna notice. I'm not sure whose picture this is supposed to be. I think it might be Sammy. It doesn't match the Sammy picture that they had from the previous books where she had like a smirk and everything. This is just a plain smile. Maybe it's her friend in this book. So her friend in this book is the character that she had Secret Santa with. And apparently, I don't know why I'm totally forgetting this character's name. Cricket, that's her name, right. So Cricket is a big fan of Sammy Keys, and just can't wait to invite Sammy on a condor expedition. So basically her troop of Girl Scouts is, there's only 2 other girls in the troop, so it's not like it's a huge troop. They're going to like the condor station to check out some wild California condors. I really liked some of the jokes. Man, you know, it's been like months since I read the Sammy Keys book. I forgot how great the writing is. Just the writing style. It's so amazing and interesting. Everything Sammy says is generally like hilarious and entertaining. It is so good. I really like that. So the mystery is, you know, everybody else is gone for the summer. So Sammy's going on like this overnight Girl Scout trip to the Condor Station. And that's when the mystery starts. The culprit is hunting condors for some reason. So the baby condor has been shot and the mom condor has just disappeared. And I'm surprised at how popular this book is. Everybody seemed to like it. I thought people for sure were going to be unhappy about the camping segment, because that's like half the book and like 80 pages or so. It's just Sammy. You know, the adult and the other 2 scouts aren't really around. It's just Sammy and yeah. Sammy and Cricket, they go after Gabby, who ran off by herself, and that's when they find the injured condor, and they just happen to run into Casey and his annoying friend. I mean, his friend is kind of funny, but kind of annoying at the same time. And yeah, it's just like a group of 5 kids out in the wilderness, completely lost. And that takes up like 80 pages, and I thought that was a bit too much. Honestly, I think this book could have been shortened by 50 pages. It really does pick up, in my opinion, once it gets out of the extended camping trip. And then we get to really deal with, you know, the mystery. We get suspects and stuff like that. I think maybe my issue with this book is that there's no subplot, right? Because like I said, we just spent a huge amount of time in the wilderness. Yeah. Casey is just so cute and adorable as always, and he doesn't seem to mind that Sammy was hugging his calf in the middle of her sleep when they were at the cabin and she drooled all over his foot. Yeah. And there's not a lot of Heather in this book. There's like 1 scene of Heather, and Heather is just trying to spread mean gossip about Sammy and Casey. And Sammy's mom hears, because apparently Sammy's mom and Casey and Heather's dad, they met each other in Hollywood, I guess at an audition or something, and Grandma is furious, and I don't know what Grandma's gonna do to talk some sense into Mom. I don't think she can do that. This book does have some depth, too. There are a couple of moments where Sammy just thinking about her mom and wondering if she could tell Casey the truth about what's going on with her mom. And also, like, she has no idea who her father is, so that's rough, but she's kind of gotten used to it. And, you know, she realized that Mom going by her real name, Lana Keys, maybe was sort of a mistake, because now it's obvious that her mom lives in a completely different town. So Sammy's wondering, well, she got what she wanted. Mom's calling herself Lana again. But at the same time, it's like, well, now that's just causing a whole host of problems with Mr. Acosta in Hollywood. So maybe that wasn't the best move. Yeah, none of her friends. Basically, it's a whole new cast of characters. gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the third Girl Scout. I think her name is Bella or something. Doesn't appear very much. I also didn't like the one suspect, gorgeous college guy, but maybe that's just because I'm swooning over Casey. And I really did like how the mystery came together once we got the suspects, we went to the taxidermist, and then it felt like it was really kept moving along. But no real subplot to this book. It really did end up being bird heavy. Lots of birds everywhere. Kind of got Batman vibes from it, because we had like the bird guy, Oswald, like the penguin. Only his real name was Grayson, or was his stage name. Yeah, no, his real name's Oswald. Grayson is his stage name. Grayson being another Batman character. Dick Grayson. He's Robin! So, I don't know if that was a coincidence. It's probably just a coincidence, yeah. Anyway, don't have a whole lot to say. I thought it was an enjoyable Sammy Keys book. It's enjoyable as any Sammy Keys book. I did not enjoy the extended camping trip as much as, I mean, it's not like it really slowed down. I just kind of lost interest. And the one part in the middle, really, I kind of fell off there, but does end up being somewhat important to the mystery, where Sammy identifies the culprit because the culprit got poison ivy. So the culprit is wearing long sleeves. So why else would somebody be wearing long sleeves in summer? It's because they have poison ivy. And they have calamine lotion inside their car. So she puts 2 and 2 together, which was a pretty clever deduction, and realizes who the culprit must be. And at least the book acknowledges the fact that there's like 10 times in the last like 50 to 60 pages where she could have called the police, but she didn't. Yes, and the culprit was trying to sell the condor for lots of money. And then there was a like double crossing with the culprit's sidekick. Yeah, that was okay-ish. Like I said, I didn't really feel pulled into the college student drama subplot as much. And, you know, if I was more cynical, I'd say that only existed so we could have more suspects. Because that sometimes happens with mysteries. It's like, well, did this character need to exist? Or did the book just need an extra suspect so it's not obvious who the culprit is? Still, you know, I thought it was an okay Sammy Keys book. I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7 out of 10, even if it's, like, not among my favorites. It did feel different with no Heather, no real subplot, unless you count the stuff with Sammy's mom, drama, which wasn't like a subplot that went through the entire book, and the lack of the regular characters, because no Hudson in this book, barely any of her friends, and like I said, barely any Heather. So I guess Sammy's just on a summer vacation for this book. Alright, thanks for watching my review, everybody. Sorry I didn't have any, like, super deep thoughts about this particular book. I thought it was a fine entry in the series. Can't wait to read the next one.